Yo guys, a very good morning and welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's market outlook, as usual, we're just going to be going over the major dollar pairs. So if you have any questions, make sure to join Discord and I'll help you out over there. So starting off with the dollar index moved further in towards the downside after first of all grabbing liquidity above the highs right over here. So this is what you get when you have an area of supply and you have done any liquidation, or you don't have any liquidation in the move down. What happens is that the area of consolidation right below that area of supply gets liquidated and then the real move in towards the downside comes. So as you guys remember, as long as this supply zone hold or would have held since yesterday's episode, we were still going to look for that further downside movement. If we broke this high, we would have looked for further upside. So this area of supply held. Overall, obviously, it kind of reacted to the entire buy before the sell, this entire, let's say, consolidation range, this little range over here. And yeah, we reacted to that. And since then, we've been pushing down lower. So still expecting lower prices from the dollar index as long as this overall bearish order flow holds. I'm just going to be focusing on this area of demand for now, around that 786 Fibonacci retracement level, around 104,442. So still looking for further downside from the dollar index as long as this bearish order flow continues. So yeah, let's keep an eye out for the rest of the day. This overall buy before the sell could just yeah, cause price to push down lower. Do keep in mind, obviously the daily is bullish, but the daily is looking bearish from the current price action and the current perspective. So we can see this overall supply zone held, and now we're just focusing on seeing price dump further in towards downside, in towards this overall sell for the buy, which is also on the daily an area of demand, with this being your obvious liquidation low over here. So looking for something like this in the very near future. So moving on in towards EURUSD, which is obviously our favorite pair, we can see that EURUSD has been moving up higher and is moving towards that area of supply, which we mentioned in yesterday's video. So yeah, I mean, overall this area of demand held as well, which we mentioned in yesterday's video as well. So good to see demand chain is holding. So for now, just looking for us to now reach this area of supply at around 108,475. So the overall trade of yesterday was obviously not that easy to take due to the massive spike which was related to news, but as we can see, we did in fact tap perfectly in towards that zone, and after that we saw the overall order flow continue. So for example, if you do like being a little bit more aggressive, this was then the next area of demand which was created, so you could have taken a potential long on that area of demand, just following the overall order flow further in towards the upside. But for the rest, not a lot of interesting trades. The only one that is kind of interesting is, let's say, if you were to trade the overall 4-hour position over here, with this being your entry, stop loss below demand, and obviously targeting the next area of supply, and this would have been your entry based on a 4-hour change of character where we break this overall high over here, and then we see a retracement back down in towards demand, and from there we move up higher. Now going onwards in towards our next pair, which is AUD USD. AUD USD has also moved higher. I mentioned, in yesterday's video that we had an overall uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. So we were looking for the upside continuation. We had liquidity building up above this overall trend line, and as we can see, we've now grabbed the liquidity above that trend line. And what is now interesting to see is that we've actually liquidated the overall swing high over here, or no, we have not yet. Excuse me. So what is now interesting to see is that we're moving towards that overall swing high. So I'm keeping an eye out for this swing high, but also that daily swing high, guys, which is positioned over here. And then we could potentially refine that area of daily supply to this from overall this doji candle. So I'm now looking to see if we can see a slightly higher push, and then I'll definitely be looking for that short further in towards downside, and that would have been that would be kind of like a break or a fake breakout trade back down, which I'm going to be looking for on AUD USD. So for now, just keep on trading with the momentum further in towards the highs, but we'll be looking for a short once we grab liquidity above those highs for sure. Moving on in towards pound dollar. So pound dollar overall, what has been happening, we moved up higher, obviously, as well as expected, moved in towards this area of supply. As we can see, we saw some initial slowdown, but no real reaction. So we've actually broken now this area of supply. So for now, I'm just going to be waiting and holding off with pound dollar. Overall, we do have kind of like this higher area of supply over here, which we could move towards, similar to EURUSD, but obviously EURUSD kind of leads the market for these dollar pairs, and EURUSD is already nearing that area of supply. So if EURUSD does start selling off, we could also just get a reaction to this overall liquidity void or area of liquidity above that overall swing high. And with swing high, I mean this one. So maybe just liquidate that one and then already look for shorts. That is also what I would be happy with personally. Very simple. On pound dollar, moving in towards NZDUSD. What are we seeing over here? A further push up as well from this area of demand. Nice back up in towards this area of supply, explained yesterday. So good to see that playing out. Now we're definitely looking for a potential pullback play from this area of supply. So over here, pretty much a structural break. Over here, we also had a structural break. Higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. And now obviously we're looking for a new pullback back in towards the downside. So if you want to refine supply, you can do it to this overall, extreme wick to wick doji candle. So then go in towards the 15 and let's have a look at the 15. The 15 seems to be slowing down a bit over here, forming some kind of corrective pattern. So let's keep an eye on this if we can get a potential short somewhere today. Going in towards our last pair, which is gold. Gold overall has been moving up higher. It didn't actually pull back down deeper in towards this area of demand that I was looking to get hit, or this overall, let's say, consolidation zone, but it's just been moving up higher. So what could happen is that we're still going to see some form of a push down. At the moment, this is your overall fractal high, and we're now inside of this doji candle. No real reaction until now, but I'm keeping an eye out to see if we get that 4-hour change of character and then a potential 15-minute short as well. So yeah, looking for a potential short on gold somewhere today. We have some supply zones, keep it in mind. For example, this overall buy before the sell, which we already actually reacted to. And otherwise, I'll be keeping an eye out for some of these higher imbalances, for example, over here at around 23.67. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day and speak soon. Thanks.